So I'm going to teach you now about how you should write the limitation section of your portfolio. So the limitation section is basically what's going to stop you from succeeding in your major work or any of your projects, okay? So it's a good time to kind of list reasons why this isn't going to be some Hollywood production, okay? So realistically, you want to have maybe 4 to 5 limitations, but you can keep this to kind of 1 to 2 A4 pages. So what you do is the first thing that you want to do is look at what kind of boundaries you might have on your project. So this student has said time is a boundary, so the amount of time they actually have to do the project, the availability of class equipment, so the fact that they don't have any of their own staff, the cost of that as well, so the cost and the budget for the actual overall film, so it can't cost too much money. Subject matter, so this one in particular, because it's Star Wars based, they don't want to infringe on too many existing copyrights. Skill, so whether they actually have the ability to put the project together, and because this was live action, the actors that were involved. Moving on to this one, which is an animation, we've got time and skill and equipment again, but with this one, computer power, because it was an animation, was more of a limitation. So with this student, they didn't have a very powerful computer, so that would cause render speeds to be slow and all of that nature, okay? Technology availability, accessibility, so just the fact that, it may be, she may have been unable to actually get what she needed. Looking at this one here, we've got time, equipment, skills, and experience, originality, and cost as well. So you can see there's kind of the same sort of things keep coming up, and this is fine. I mean, all you need to do is look at these and talk about them in an interesting way and one that's specific to your actual project. So looking at this one here, we've got again time, cost, skill, and let's see, does it go on to the next page? Equipment and target market, so making sure it's actually appropriate for who it's meant to be for. And then finally here we've got time, experience, cost, availability of resources, safety, and software and equipment. Okay, so the same things keep coming up. So the important thing is you need to say how it's going to affect your project. So with this one, we've got, let's say, skills. So the fact that it needs to be high quality, but you may not have used Adobe Premiere or After Effects as much as you would like to and as much as you probably need to actually do the project. So in that case, that would be a limitation because that's going to affect the professionalism of your work. So you write that down and the markers will then take that into consideration and understanding. But the most important part, and the part that you can't forget, is you can't just say how it will impact the project, but you need to then say how will you minimize that effect. And that's how you push it from like a band 4 grade to a band 6 grade. So with this one, he talks about it and then he talks about how he will fix those issues with this one here to help minimize the impact of this limitation. So that's a good actual concrete representation through words of what you want to do. So to avoid this limitation, this is here as well. You really want to make sure that you've got both of those, okay? So we have a 2-column table with the limitation over here, how it's going to affect the project, and then how you can minimize that. Aim for maybe 5 limitations, 1 to 2 A4 pages. All right, thanks guys.